Hi there. Our story today is from Daniel 1, and it's a story about Daniel and some of his friends and how they show that they love God. And a verse I want to share with you for today is found in Matthew chapter 22, verse 37. He said to them, and this is Jesus speaking, he said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." That's the greatest and most important command. And that's what Jesus said. So let's remember that as we listen to the story, and let's see how Daniel showed his love to God. Many years ago, a boy named Daniel lived in Jerusalem. One day, King Nebuchadnezzar from a country called Babylon came with a strong army. His army took many people from Jerusalem back to Babylon. Daniel and his 3 friends were taken. They walked for days and days until they finally arrived in Babylon. When they got to Babylon, the king wanted the strongest, healthiest, and smartest young men to be his helpers. Daniel and 3 of his friends were chosen. As the king's helpers, Daniel and his 3 friends went to a special school. They learned to speak and read the king's language. They were also supposed to eat food right from the king's table. This was the same food that the king ate. The king's food looked good and smelled very good. But God had told his people not to eat certain foods, and the king's food was not something they could eat. Daniel and his friends decided to obey God's rules, but what would they eat instead? Daniel and his 3 friends asked the king's guard to give them only fresh vegetables to eat and water to drink. After 10 days, Daniel and his friends looked healthy and strong. So the king's guard let them keep on eating the food that God had said they should. Daniel and his friends were able to do what was right and to show that they loved God. Daniel and his 3 friends showed their love for God by doing what was right. We can show our love for God by doing what's right too. The Bible says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. So this week, let's remember that command that came from the Bible, from Jesus' words.